Hi, this is Vicki with My Paper Connection. And the reason I chose the name Paper Connection was because I felt like we don't connect through the written word anymore other than electronically. And I don't know about you, but I absolutely love it when I go to the post office and I have a card in the mail. I got to show you something. I have a new team member that's new to stamping, and I don't normally do this, but I got this in the mail today. I am so impressed and I am so excited and so happy about her learning to stamp and wanting to do it at home. And I think she did a fabulous job matching the colors and everything. I'm not going to show you the inside because I might show you a little bit, but it says, "I'm lucky to have a friend like you," and it's got a flower down. You don't need to know what she said to me, but it was pretty sweet. And I am so proud of Jan and her doing this on her own. So anyway, that's why I am doing this, and that is why my business is called My Paper Connection. Excuse me. All right, so did I tell you I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States? I don't think I did, but anyway, Wednesday's card, I used Painted Harvest, and I created this beautiful birthday card with these fall colors. And it's a card that we had made at Bunko on Sunday, where I had about a dozen ladies here. It was so fun. Well, on Saturdays I do fun fold cards, and I thought, well, how can I do that with this stamp set? And I decided I was going to make a fun fold. It doesn't look like a fun fold really, but it is. And I'm going to make two of them, two for the price of one. Whoop, whoop. And I'm going to show you how quickly you can make these cards and make them so beautiful. So they're going to be Christmas cards, obviously. And without further ado, let's get started. I am bringing in my piercing mat because this particular set happens to be a photopolymer set. Okay. And I'm also going to be using Perfectly Plaid because I'm making this into a Christmas card, and the Painted Harvest doesn't have a Christmas sentiment. I'm going to be using Hoping That Your Busy Year Comes Together in Christmas Cheer. The first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to be using Cherry Cobbler. Before I stamp that though, what I'm going to do is to just kind of go along the score line and burnish it. I'll have the measurements at the bottom of the video, but it is 4 1/4 this way by 11 inches that way, and then I cut 1 1/4 inch off. So what that makes it quarter be 9 3/4, and then scored at 5 1/2. I am not a math person, and the people who were at Bunko the other night are well aware of the fact that I am not a math person. And I am not apologizing for it. I excel in so many other areas that I'm not going to apologize for that. Sorry. Okay, I may or may not have had too much caffeine today, but just bear with me, alrighty? Okay, what I'm doing is I put that in place. Now, I'm not gluing it down yet because I can mess it up. And if I mess it up, then I want to flip it over and redo it. But I do want to get exactly where I should put it. And so, hopefully I can do this without getting my head in the camera. Just going to go down and stamp it. Boom. Like that. Okay. All right, so let's get this in place. Like that. We're doing our second card. Not upside down, though. Boom. And that is all of the stamping that I'm going to do on that. Okay. I cut these papers, this Whisper White, at 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And for one card, I'm going to use Old Olive, and for the other card, I'm going to use Shaded Spruce. So, I'm going to just go in here and I'm going to stamp it right. I think I'm going to stamp off first, right here. And I apologize if my head got in the screen. Now, what you want to do is you want to keep the circles in the same direction, and you want to try to keep them with the circle inside the circle, like that. Okay, and you want to try to keep it like in the right place. I'm off just a little bit, but it's okay. I can fix that. Now I'm going to clean those off with my chamois, and then I'm going to come back in with the Shaded Spruce. I'm going to come in with the bigger one, and I'm just going to stamp off one time, and I'm going to try to line it up to where I'm close like that. Then I'm going to come in with the other one I'm going to line up the circle or the open hole there. Go on top of it like that. Isn't that beautiful? Don't you just love the texture and dimension? And we're going to leave it open. We're not gonna fill it in the nose of it like we did with the other one. Okay, so now I'm going to glue it on top of my coordinating colors. It's a super easy card to make. Super, super easy. So let's just place this right here. The old olive and the shaded spruce, I cut it at 1/4 inch less on square. So basically, since the wreath is, and that, by the way, in case you hadn't figured it out, this is a wreath, and I will put embellishments on it to make it look like ornaments. The cardstock that goes behind the Whisper White is just 1/4 inch larger. So this Whisper White is 2.5 squared. The cardstock is 2 3/4 squared. On each one of these are 4 inches around, not around, but 4 by 4. Otherwise known as 4 squared. Now that makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about with math, right? Don't let that fool you. Okay, now we're going to glue this in. Right in here, we want to make sure that our margins are somewhat even. It shows you just how quickly you can make cards like this. It's a pretty simple card, not a whole lot of crazy layers, which I normally will do. I struggle with being simple because I love fancy and I love to be, I'm an avid stamper, love complicated things. As long as I have the time to do it and the time to figure it out. All right, I'm just putting dimensionals on the backs of these. Putting one in the middle so that when it runs through the machine at the post office, those little rollers don't tear it apart. I think I'm going to do one each way. I think I'm going to do this one this way. Try to line it up, make sure it's in the center. Ooh, I did pretty good on that one. I think I'm going to do this one this way. There we go. Now I'm going to take my red rhinestones. I'm just going to put these on the front of it, and it is going to make it even more beautiful. It's going to look like it has ornaments. And no, these are not cherry cobbler, but they are close enough that they will be gorgeous. I suppose I could put some gold ones on there as well, and that would really poof it up, spice it up too, right? I love wreaths. They're so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Woo, woo, woo. Okay, let me put it on this one and we'll be all done. Look at that, how pretty that is. Let me get this stuff out of the way so you can truly admire this beautiful work. Yeah, this is too many. I need to take some of those off. But it's such a pretty card. Such a pretty card. And you could, if you wanted to, you could put ribbon around it right in here. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's really not that elaborate, but it is a very pretty card. Pretty cards. You know what? I think I will put a ribbon right there. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I put a bow right here, and I love it. That completely completed it. Well, what I thought I would do was to put another one on there and show you how I made it. This is the cherry cobbler striped diagonal striped ribbon, and as you can see on one side it's the darker, and then on the other side you've got the lighter. So it is directional. You have to be careful of how you're doing it. I want more of the cherry cobbler to show, so I'm making myself a little bunny loop or bunny ear, and then I'm just pulling it up like this so that I have another bunny ear. And then I'm just going to take it and pull it through the loop. I think I need to give myself a little bit more space. There we go. And pull it through the loop right here with my finger. And then pull it through like that. And drop it. Okay, now the only thing about that is that your knot is almost always going to be the opposite, but that's okay. I can deal with the knot. I just want to make sure that my tails and my loops are in the same direction. So then you just tighten it up like that, and then you can just make it as large or as small as you want it to be by holding the knot. Okay, I'm going to put a glue dot on this, and I'm going to stick it on. And I am going to also put a glue dot on the back of this white color, because glue dot solves tons of problems. Now, you'll notice that I put this here. Well, I got a little bit of glue, or not glue, but a little bit of ink. I moved it when it was wet. So I'm going to put my bow right over here, and I guess it didn't pick up my glue dot. Nope, there it is right there. So I'm going to put glue dot on the back of that white, and then I'm just going to turn that baby around just like that, and no one will know other than you that I had trouble keeping it down. And since it's such a thick ribbon, it acts like it does not want to keep the knot. I'm going to fix that problem too. I'm going to put one right there. Alrighty, I'm going to put another glue dot. Y'all can be laughing at me with my glue dots, but I don't care. Because I do not want that white showing under there. So take that. How about it? How about it? How about it? Okay. And then I'll put another one right up under here. I'll keep that in place. There we go. Now that's pretty. All right. And I'm very happy with them. And it was so easy to make those two other than me fighting with that silly bow. But then you have plenty of space on the inside to write your greetings or whatever you want to say. If you like this video and you want to see more, just hit the subscribe button. If you really liked it, hit the bell, and then you will get notice whenever I have new videos coming out. And as I mentioned before, all of the directions, all of the measurements, and the supplies are listed below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a question and I'll get back with you. Any comments, I'll take those too. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.